As an attorney, goal setting is an extremely important task at hand. In today's video, we're going to talk about the 4 elements to get that done effectively. Hi everybody, this is Sean Ilg. I've got 4 points today talking about goal setting that's going to help your business, whether you're starting from scratch, growing, and no matter what you guys are specifically doing in terms of an industry, whether you're a content creator, you've got an Etsy shop, or really an entrepreneur of any type. After close to 35 years of professional experience, I've had thousands of people come to me with all sorts of ideas for new products, companies, endeavors, and of course I'm excited when they're excited. The thing that has surprised me over time though is they really don't have a clue. Starting with, we don't have any goals. I think goal setting is extremely important, and what I want to cover today is 4 main points to have you do a much better job in this area that's going to help you early and later during your business journey. Point number 1 is a very obvious one. We need goals. They need to be set. I would tell you specifically 90% of the people that I have talked to initially when they're excited to get a business started really don't have much in terms of goals. We've got to think about these. We've got to spend time with them, brainstorm early on. And speaking of early on, the earlier we have those goals, the better. We want to make sure we're thinking of some of the small things, bigger things, and make sure that we are looking at that moving forward. Point number 2 that I want to make to you today is these goals need to be written down. One thing I've seen over time is just talk all the time. And this is one of those areas. Even when I bring up the need for goals, there's a discussion about it, or maybe some attention is paid, and that's it. And I know as soon as that conversation's over, the goal setting is over, and utilizing that and the benefits from it is also gone as well. That gets written, gets addressed, gets done, gets reviewed. We need that written down. Make it as public as possible, of course, without giving up all your secret sauce and business secrets. But we want to make sure whether you're on your own or you have a team, internal or external, everybody knows what those goals are. So everybody's on the same page. We're rowing the boat the same way, or a bunch of other dumb analogies I can make. We want to make sure that we have a good game plan moving forward. Guys, if you're finding any of this content helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you'd smash like and subscribe, and be sure you watch to the end of the video for some secret sauce you're really going to appreciate. Point number 3 is your goals need to be reviewed consistently, religiously, not once a year, not 3 months later, 9 months later, whatever the case may be. Look, I've had multiple jobs at the same time, multiple endeavors, multiple companies going at the same time, wearing lots of hats. I understand what it's like to be putting out those fires all the time, and that focus gets to be that way too often. It's real easy to go weeks, months on end and not be looking at the bigger picture, whether it's goals, strategic planning, a lot of those different things that we're going to continue to talk about in later videos to help you always be thinking about this. But from day one, I want you to make sure we're setting those goals, we're writing them down, and we're going back and periodically looking at those. I promise you that is going to make your business moving forward better in a lot of different areas. Point number 4 is these goals need to be measured. Now, I know when you first get started, you don't know what the hell's going on. You don't know what the goals are half the time, and it's easy for you to say, Sean, hey, this stuff needs to be measured. I don't know what I'm doing. Again, we're going to address this stuff in more details moving forward. But anytime we have a goal, a thought, whatever else, I want you to be thinking about how do we specifically measure it? We don't want this just to be a bunch of talk all over again. If we set a goal, we write it down, we're going back and looking at it over time, but then we figure out earlier the better, how can we measure this? How can we compare it? How does that, in essence, make us better? You guys have heard lots of quotes over time. That gets measured gets done, that gets measured gets managed, all sorts of those great sayings. The thing is, it's true. So it's something that I want you to be thinking about, whether it's daily, weekly, or at least periodically, getting in the practice of reviewing those things, and then you can make some changes and effectuate your business better and better using those goals and those thoughts. The bonus tip I have for you today is those goals you can expect and need to tweak and modify over time. You can imagine the goals that you set in the first 2 months of your business are going to be different 2 years down the line, 20 years down the line, whatever else. I've had a lot of conversations with people that are very proud of their goals, but they almost hold it as a badge of courage, and they're sticking to these mantras and these goals and these ideas that they set 2 months, 2 years, whatever before. They haven't changed it one time. You and I both know that makes no sense. Those goals, everything that you're working towards, there's going to be a lot of consistency. But I would tell you specifically, if you looked at your goals on an annual basis, at a minimum, 25% of those goals, thoughts, programs, anything that you're specifically dealing with are going to change. So I want you to make sure that you're following these paths that I'm laying out for you, but I also want to make sure you've got an open mind and we're making those adjustments moving forward. Guys, I really appreciate you watching the first video on this channel. Continue on with the rest moving forward, and we'll see you in the next one.